Hey, I just had an hour and a half long trauma live, so hey everybody. I was gonna go eat some pizza because I'm hungry, but little man doesn't want me to get up. So this is little man. You guys don't see him very often. He's the gremlin that sits underneath my husband's desk and growls. And I think we've figured out that part of the reason he's doing that is he's starting to have anxiety. So he started making some little squeaky squeaks as of yesterday when he wakes up and things. But I took him to the vet today to get his anal glands done. And I asked the vet about it and I was like moving him around and they were like if he was in pain, he would be making the noise while you're holding him. They said so, keep an eye on him or whatever, but there's I wouldn't worry because if he was in pain, he would act up and be snipey. And as you can see, he's not snipey. So I've been holding him since about 15-20 minutes ago. And I was going to go grab some pizza, but he does not want me to get up. So I'm we're going to try to spend some more one-on-one time with him um so that he doesn't have as much anxiety. That's okay, Crystal. Okay, Tara. So he's uh he's gonna be my little co-host today. He's and by the way, the shaking is a chihuahua thing. That's what they do. He keeps licking my arm, my buddy. How is your cat doing though? Is he okay? Did he make it through the second surgery? I'm gonna trying to get back in the swing of things and I've been feeling really as of a few days ago just really mentally not okay, emotionally not okay. And we had a trauma live and I had a nice little breakdown. It was fun. Um but as usual, here I am doing doing the thing. Lights, camera, bitch, smile even when you want to die. As you can see, he's doing all right. He's just tired apparently. Um that's cool, Starwink. Um he's going to get home tonight and he's actually off tomorrow. Luckily, we had one more day saved up of vacation. So he's off tomorrow. Oh my lord. Well, but he's still pulling through, Tara. He's still pulling through. That's the important thing is he's still here. Um, we got into we basically just screwed around for a week and kind of shirked our responsibilities a little bit. Not too bad, but a little bit. And it's back to the grind and I don't think I know how to get back in the grind yet. And today was just like one mishap after another. I took him to the vet and he rode along with me. I went to the bank and put in some money Went to the post office only to find out I need another form of identification to get the post office box. Got my pizza, came home, found out while I was at the post office that our tire that for the lawnmower that I was gonna order is not the correct tire. So then I called around to 5 different places in town, and one of the places has a tire that may work that they're holding for me till tomorrow. So everybody cross your fingers and pray to the tire gods that this is the right tire. Are you done being held? Do you want down? Getting hot? What's up? And if he since he's gonna be off tomorrow, he may or may not be able, if it is the right tire, to try to fix something. I came home from running those errands, and I came home so we could take the car to work. It was like 91 degrees already. And I ate my pizza and I laid down and I had to peel myself out of bed to do the trauma live. Oh, that's good, Tara. Um I I came home and I laid down and I kept setting alarms for every half an hour, and I just I couldn't get myself out of bed. And I put some clothes in the wash. I got those in the dryer right now. Now that I have all my clothes clean, tomorrow I'm going to go through my dresser. I had to call around to like 6 different homeless shelters, but I finally found one that will take the clothes. So tomorrow I'm going to go through the dressers, get that done. That'll make me feel better. Wash up the few extra dishes I have in the sink that I put off. I don't know what happened a few days ago, but somebody pointed out something must have triggered me because I've been in a really messed up state for a few days, and it comes and it goes and it comes and it goes, and I've been taking anxiety meds which seem to help. So I'm probably going to take more of those. But I've just kind of been not myself mentally or emotionally for a few days. There's more, but we already covered that in our little therapy session. Trauma Live went really well today. There was about 15 people on and off, and we had a really good, it was about an hour, almost an hour and a half long. Um, and we had a really good little session of people. Um, my mom's dog had to have a puppy wheelchair, and this was back in the 70s. So they made him a little puppy wheelchair. They didn't have puppy wheelchairs back then. Um, and so our Trauma Live went really well. For those of you who want to attend a Trauma Live, all you have to do is join the very lowest tier so that it can be closed off into members only. So that it's more of a safe environment and not just anybody coming across it. So I made a special tier to basically just get in there for people that wanted to do it, but I made it cheaper. That way it can just be, is it at a set time? Yeah, it's usually Tuesdays at 6:30 unless I forget it's Tuesday. Then it's on Thursdays at about 6:30. That way we do that live and then I essentially go right into this one. Yeah, it's Nancy, I got to say that it is by far, it's like a group therapy session. It's like a group therapy session. We all talk about things that bother us, and we all talk about how much we basically hate ourselves, and then we all build each other up. This was the first time I really utilized it myself, but I have a lot of issues going on right now, mentally and emotionally, that I don't quite understand. So we all got together and we all talked about all sorts of different stuff. There was a bunch of us that talked about a bunch of different stuff. So, it was definitely it was the top 2 most, best, uh, trauma sessions we've had. The very first one was really great, and then this one was really, really good. I feel like, it was exactly what it was supposed to be. You know, there was anywhere from 9 to 14 people at any given time, and we all just was there for each other, and it was really nice. You went down? Are you getting hot? You're probably getting hot. I've been holding him in a grip vise for, like, 15 minutes trying to, like, make him comfortable, like, like a kinda like a weighted blanket. So I've been kinda, like, weighted blanketing him for the past 20 minutes, and he's probably hot as shit. You want down, or you wanna just stay here? So, he's gonna be off tomorrow, and we're gonna try to see if we can get the lawn done, try to get the wheel, try to get it on, try to get it off, try to get the lawn mowed. I'm going to get my dressers done. Now, I really wanted all my clothes to be washed, so I just got the rest of my clothes washed so that I can go through them accurate. Like, am I gonna get rid of those? No, but I'll be able to put them away correctly. So I'm gonna do the dishes at some point today or tomorrow. There's only a few really, and get my dressers done. Um, get this life insurance paper sent out. I'm still waiting for a question um on one of the portions, and then I can send it back, so that'll be done. So everything is getting done. It just feels like it's not, but it is. So my headset came. My husband says, "There's a package from Amazon." I said, "I don't know what I bought." It's the headset, so I can give him his well, I'm keeping this headset. And then I, got a headset. I got the same headset, but in white. Not a huge white fan. Um, and he said I could keep his black one if I got him the white one. So I got a $60 headset for 30 bucks. You can't beat that. So, I got that. Do you wanna go sit do you wanna get down? You want down? You want down? No? Okay. He just looked at me like, "You're not really putting me down, are you? Get comfy." So, we're slowly, doing what we gotta do. I got a pizza today. I went to dinner last night, and I got a hamburger and fries, and I was there eating, and halfway through my food, I just didn't wanna eat anymore. So I brought it home, and I hate when my stuff gets in the fridge and it gets cold because I know I'm gonna eat it later. Forgot about it. Whoops. I gotta throw it out. I forgot about it. But, I got a pizza, and, I ate some of it today, and I'm gonna eat some more of it here in a little bit. I was gonna eat some, but he don't wanna be put down yet, so I'm sitting here starving, but he needs to be held, so here I am. It was gonna be hard to eat with him on my lap, so I guess I'll just have to take one for the team, or if I put him down, I'll go get pizza at some point. So, but yeah, that's been my day. It's not been. Yeah, this morning I just woke up, and normally I'm really good. I got up 15 minutes before my alarm went off, and I set the alarm for 15 more minutes just to make sure. and I set it next to me in the bed, and somehow the blanket got put over it, and I didn't hear it go off. That never happens to me, like, ever. And I wake up, and so now I'm, like, an hour, behind, and I was gonna take little man and Buddy to get their butts done, but Buddy was just being a puppy, and I couldn't manhandle both of them, so I just took little man, and, everything just kinda didn't go exactly the way I wanted, and it was hot, and I was tired, and I was frustrated and mentally just worn out. That's what's happened the past couple days is I come home and I just pass out, like, just pass out cold, just because I'm just so mentally and emotionally just not there. So, um, I finally pulled myself out of bed, for my nap at 6 o'clock. I had to get up and, I washed my hair and my face and put my clothes in the wash and clean up the floors and let the dogs out and, got that stuff done and turned all the animal lights on except for the one that won't turn on now, and, got on the trauma live. I was a few minutes late, not gonna lie. I was 10 minutes late. Leia wanted to sit on the deck for a minute, so I let her. So I was a few minutes late to there, but, I showed up. We had a really great live, and, I wasn't gonna do another one, but then I was like, "Eh, I do." So, um, it's not even my body is drained, it's like my brain is not right. About 5 days ago, I was just sitting here and I was fine, and then I just started crying, and I didn't know why. And my husband's like, "Why are you crying?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And I've just been kinda off since then, and I'm not really sure, um, why. You just got back from Cabo, look at you. Sissy's under here, her and Buddy are laying on a bed yin and yang, they look funny. So, well, Audra, it was a members only, honey. The trauma lives are unfortunately kind of behind a paywall, just so that I can keep them from people coming in that are being nosy. You gotta pay to be nosy, I guess. I don't know. My nose ring. My nose rings are acting up. There we go. I am working on getting my lives back up. If you guys noticed, all my lives are down. I'm trying to get them kind of categorized in a way, I guess. Do I have any soul ties with someone who was sad? I don't know. I don't know. But they're going up. I got a few of them up. I'm getting the true crime ones up first, and then I'm gonna go back through and get the other ones up. Um, and working on that, working on getting the dressers done. Uh, just kind of trying to get what I can done. I've heard that sometimes somebody's sorrow is randomly given to somebody. I feel like whoever that was must have been really upset. Hey Taylor, hey Jan. Um yeah, I don't know. I've just been kind of in my head and it's weird because like I can't put a finger on it. I am an empath, but I can't put a finger on what it is. Like, literally, I was sitting here, we were playing a video game, and I just started crying. And my husband just kinda looks over and he's like, "Why are you crying?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And I've just been off since then. and I don't know what it is or why it is or anything, and I just know that, like, I can't get out of bed. Like, and it's like, "Oh, obviously I'm depressed." Okay, but, like, I've been taking my meds faithfully, um, have not missed any of my meds. I was actually the other week, I went to my psychiatrist a week or 2 ago for a checkup, and I was thinking how great I was doing and I might be able to get off of them. And, all of a sudden, just out of nowhere. Well, it doesn't help that for the past X amount of days, it doesn't help that, like, I am on the wrong side of TikTok. Because once you watch a sad TikTok, you just get stuck on "I'm gonna cry my eyes out" TikTok. Like, I am stuck on, like, I'm stuck on "We ain't angry at you, love. You're the greatest thing I've lost." I haven't put up a video myself of it, but, I am on that side of TikTok right now, and, well, you really wouldn't have wanted to be in the members only live a minute ago because I was a mess. Um, but I am in that side of TikTok, and I am seeing, like, all these animals and stuff. Oh god, I went through menopause years ago. I had my stuff taken out when I was 37 and it put me in they took my ovaries. So I went automatically into menopause. So I went into menopause 5 years ago. So it's not that. It's not that. Goodbye, Crystal. Yeah, I know. I knew she was pregnant back in the middle of June. But like I always do, it's not my story to tell. It's not my story to tell. So I sat on it like I do. But she's definitely not 11 weeks. Here's the deal. Um, my daughter had a bump, uh, bump, like bump at 12 weeks. Like, if I showed you her pictures at 12 weeks, you would think she was 4 or 5 months. And that was her first kid. So you can't judge a bump size because that was her first child and she had a bump at 12 weeks. Um, so it just depends. I know another one when she had her second kid at 8 weeks, she looked 4 months along. I'm not even like the baby is like what, this big? And oh, sorry, she was 9 weeks. Okay, you went down? She was 9 weeks. Oh, you just like flung yourself. All right. And she was big. No, I'm not taking hormones. Um, yeah. Um, they'll find out because it's real simple. Um It happened so close to when she split with her husband. He's gonna be on the birth certificate anyways because 'cause they're married. So they're gonna have to do a paternity test. So, I mean, that'll be quick. Yeah. He's, he's still married to her. So he's gotta go on the birth certificate. So they'll do a paternity test to make sure, and they'll find out. No, you can still get divorced, usually. Worst case scenario, they'll wait until the baby's here, but, he'll be put on as the dad because he's married, but assuming because Ken's saying it's his, they'll have to do a paternity test. So, yeah, I saw. I also saw the whole thing, apparently, Kate and her are, yeah, I know, she couldn't devote her time to a baby in February, but she can get knocked up in April. That wasn't lost on anybody, I don't think. That in February, "I'm gonna take the morning after pill. I don't have time to donate to a child," and here she is pregnant. That's not gonna age well. That's not gonna age well. I mean, anybody with common sense and 2 bits of memory that's seen that, of her saying that she doesn't wanna donate her time to a child and that there's stuff she has to do, and now she's pregnant, that just doesn't look good. Because that episode was taped, at the end of February, I know because of what I know. That was taped at the end of February, about February 25th through March 1st. And here she is, if she's 11 weeks, she got pregnant at the end of April. So, um, yeah, I caught the thing that when she was getting ready for her pregnancy shoot, like that wasn't obvious. Oh, we're gonna go have a photo shoot. Like that wasn't obvious. But she made the comment and I don't even think people noticed, but I noticed. Um, she made the comment that Ken got her that bracelet while she was in prison. Did anybody else catch that? Because I did. That he got her that bracelet that she wears, the beaded one. Um, she said he got that for her while she was in prison, while she was with Ryan. Like I caught that. I don't know. Like I read comments and it didn't seem like anybody caught that. Of course, her baby registry sold out in hours. Shocker. Shocker. The fact that she had the audacity to put one up. I'm sorry, but that's audacity. You literally have just cheated on your husband with your ex-fiance, got knocked up, you have your own reality series, you have your own books, you've had your own docuseries, documentaries, and of course you're gonna put out a baby registry because you obviously can't afford that child. I've done, fish tank tours. Um, Mia posts couple pics and Gypsy does her announcement today. Feels like each time Mia does something, she has to one up it. That doesn't surprise me. I don't pay attention. I don't watch their stuff, but that exactly reminds me of the type person she is, and I'll tell you why. Um, I found out long after the fact, after my daughter was out of the house, that people had came to me and had told me that she was in these groups. I didn't know that. I had no idea. And she was putting out this false narrative that I was being horrible to her as early as late 2021. Which finding that out was infuriating that she was putting these lies out as early as 2021. But one thing she would do in these groups is she would hear a story and she would say it also happened to her, but worse. And one of the people that was in that group messaged me because they were a follower of mine. And she said, I have to know something. And she's like, I have to know this. She's like, did she really find her mom unalived from a suicide 5 days after, 7 days after? And I said, where did you get that idea? And she said, well, I found my mom unalived. I found her 3 days after she had unalived herself. And when I told her that story, she said the same thing happened to her, but it was 7 days. And I said, honey, that girl's mom died while she was in foster care. She hadn't seen her mom in a very long time. And her mom died of natural causes while she was in foster care, and she never got to say goodbye. I said, she lied to you. And the fact that she would take a person's story that is so raw, that is so hurtful, and not only use it, but try to one up it, it does not surprise me at all if Gypsy was trying to one up her sister because I see so many similarities between my daughter and Gypsy. That's why I am so attached to this case. That is why I am so attached to this case. I have seen the things that they have both done. I have seen the things that one has accomplished and one wanted to do. And it would not surprise me in the slightest if she was trying to one up Mia. And that's sad because that's her one sister she's going to have, and she's going to ruin that. You know, that was one huge thing of if there was ever happiness in this house, it had to be destroyed. Any 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 type of happiness in this house had to be destroyed. Our birthdays were ruined, our Christmases were ruined. My husband's birthday was the worst birthday you could ever imagine. My 40th birthday was the worst birthday you could ever imagine. My 40th birthday, my husband was at work in South Carolina, my grandson was in foster care, and my daughter was in a mental institution, and I woke up alone. My husband's birthday a week prior, he didn't even get to enjoy his birthday cake that I was frosting while the police were at my house for 4 hours. I mean, his that was the last time my grandson was really here for the most part was, he got taken on my husband's birthday because it was his birthday and because she couldn't have a cell phone, her 5th iPhone. So she had to ruin my husband's birthday. She ruined my 40th birthday. She tried ruining my 41st birthday. Um, People like that cannot have other people being happy. They can't have other people being happy. They have to be the happy ones. They have to take that from people. And so it would not surprise me in the slightest if the whole reason she chose right then to do it is because somebody else was happy. Because she could have announced this at any point. We all knew it. We all knew it. It's been a rumor since the beginning of June. I've known since June 15th. Nina's been reporting on it for weeks, and she chooses that day to post. Shocker. I didn't know because I don't follow what any of them do. I don't follow what any of them do. But for you to tell me that makes all the sense in the world. She could have chose any other day. Any other day. Matter of fact, I'll give you a perfect example. Most people, when they do an announcement, a big announcement, it's at 12 weeks. She chose 11. So, what does that tell you? Apparently, I'm gathering somebody just said Mia had put up couple photos today or yesterday. And so she had to do it within a day or two of her sister posting couple photos. When she announced it today, she said she was 11 weeks. Most people, when they do an announcement, and this isn't everybody, and I'm not saying that, but to announce the fact it's 11 weeks, most people do it at 12 because that's when the rate of miscarriage goes down. But it doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me at all. It is so I literally was just thinking the only shot that I thought was amazing was the eyes. Her sister did that too. Are you serious? You're not. Are you serious? That is sick. That is sick. You know, it'd be one thing like if they all did it together and then they like posted all of them together and like, hey, they had a couple shoot, we had a pregnancy shoot, we all did this together. They did a couple shots of all four of them. That's sick. I want to make a video now. That's sick. Ugh. That's fucked up. Yeah, go ahead. Snag Mia's and snag Gypsy, send them both to me. I'll fucking make a video, I'll call her ass out, I don't care, that's sick. It's bad enough you gotta post your shit right after your sister, but then to snag the same like, that is a unique pose. Because I thought as a photographer, because I've done photography for a long time, I went to college and did photography, okay? Um, I thought that's kind of a really unique like, I was literally just thinking that the only shot that I thought was really cool was that and then somebody said that, that's just wrong. You know, it's hard. The baby registry thing for me is hard because there are celebrities that do baby registries. Uh, it's hard. Okay, so every I don't know. Like I'm really conflicted. I'm barely conflicted. I'm really conflicted, but I'm barely conflicted. So a normal person has a baby registry. And I think it's perfectly acceptable for her to have a baby registry given to her close friends and family for a baby shower. I feel like she has the right to have a baby registry, to have a baby shower, to give to her friends, her family that are going to attend a shower. She, as a first time mom, should have a registry for a baby shower. I do not think that somebody who has financially made it to where she is, and I would say this for any celebrity, I don't think they need a public baby registry. I think it's perfectly acceptable to have one for friends and family to have a baby shower. You can't just take that away from somebody because they have money. That's not really fair to like take away the baby shower experience just because you have money, because you're rich, because you're famous, that you're not deserving of a baby shower. That would be unfair. But to me, my personal view is she is absolutely entitled to a baby shower with her friends and her family. But to put up a registry that is going to sell out in hours because people want to kiss your ass is gross. And I'm going to stand by that. If this was any celebrity, people who are making tons and tons of money that could pick all of this stuff up in a day at the store just to be like, I know I'm loved and I know I'll get it for free is gross to me. Mia's pics were in a story. Did she post the pics on her Instagram? I don't have Instagram. From what I know of Christy and Rod, do you think they are genuinely happy about this baby? Um, I can't really have an input on that, honestly. But what I can say is from what I've seen, Rod saying things like she's making, stupid teenage decisions, probably not. Um, Do I think Christy is itching to have a baby in the house? Probably. Um, do I think that whether or not she cares to admit it, she has reservations? I do. Um, Mia's pics were on TikTok from what I saw, she says. Um, isn't it funny that she offed her mother for exploiting her, but she's already exploiting this child before it's even born? Well, I've said and I've said it again, she has become Dee Dee. I put a video up about it. She's using her situation, she's using her issues to make a buck. She's using her everything that happened to her in the same way that Dee Dee did. She has become her mother, and that is why I'm worried. She has 100% become her mother. Her mother taught her to lie and lie without a conscience by her own admittance. Her mother would exploit her for monetary gain. She exploits herself for monetary gain. And now she has very obviously exploited a child for financial gain. So, yeah. I'm going to take this headset out into the kitchen. You guys tell me when I get back if you can hear me, because I'm going to go get some pizza. So, hold on. We're going to take this with me and we'll see how far this actually reaches. Because I'm going to go out here. No, you stay here so you don't get locked out again. You keep getting locked out. So, we're just going to come over here and see if this works. I don't know if it's going to or not, but we'll see. Do we have any paper plates? Yes, we do. Come on, let go. I'm freaking starving, which I shouldn't be because I had some pizza earlier. Oh, shit. Oh, gotta take this out. Gotta throw this away. I gotta put it up here because our trash is full and I need him to take it out when he gets home. He forgot to this morning. Where did I put my Pepsi? I think it's in the other room. Let's see. Watch out. Move it. No, you're not coming out of this door. I don't know how many times I gotta tell you this. Could you guys hear me? Can you hear me? You can hear me. You can still hear me. It's a good headset. I'm in the kitchen. I'm in the kitchen, so no, you don't need to be up there. You mind your business. Here, I'll put it up here so you definitely can't reach it, you tall freak. You mind your business. You don't need to be eating food that ain't yours. You get the shits from people food. Don't shake your head at me. You know it's true. You can't have people food. It gives you the poops. And there's nothing worse than cleaning up a 100 dog-pound mess. No, you guys ain't getting this either. This is mine. Ugh. All right. The fish are hosting the show. Ugh. my 100-pound Great Pyrenees cannot eat human food. She ends up getting the shits. And but does not stop her from wanting it. But have you ever had to clean up a 100-pound dog nightmare? Because I have. And so I try not to give her a whole bunch of people food. I warmed up my pizza too full. Okay. Shit, you can probably Google them. Just Google Mia's couple photos or something. Oh god, this is hot. Hot, hot, hot. I got all types of dogs. All types of dogs. That's gonna be a messy cleanup. That's gonna be a messy cleanup. What kind of Pop-Tart? There's some Pop-Tarts that are amazing. This is a cheese pan from Pizza Hut. Okay, there's a video I'm looking at right here that has photos. Frosted brown sugar cinnamon. That sounds good. All right, let's see. Behind the scenes of our couple shoot. A sneak peek. I can't wait to see all the pictures. This is a video of behind the scenes. Yeah, there's no actual pictures. So how did you see that? Cuz I'm not seeing actual pictures. I looked on TikTok. I'm not seeing any pictures. Unless you had them on a story that disappeared. They're on Facebook. All right, go look on Facebook. Apparently, Mia put out couple photos like a day before Gypsy announced her pregnancy, and they have the same. There's a picture that's the same picture. She's going for a podcast. April is going to a podcast on she's going to a podcast the day before the court date in Florida, and the podcast is paying for it. However, I realizing now, she applied to not have to go to Missouri due to disabilities and is flying to Florida the day before. The court is not going to look very kindly on that, in my opinion. Hey. It didn't even occur to me till somebody pointed it out. You can't ask the court to not show up because of a disability and fly to Florida the day before. All right, you sent them. Let's see them. Oh my God. Are you serious? Y'all. Mia and her boyfriend. Gypsy and Ken. I have pop with pizza. That is fucked up. That is fucked up. And Mia put them up yesterday, I guess. And Gypsy put hers up this morning. Yeah, I don't know. I've heard that they have approved it, haven't approved it, have approved it, haven't approved it. I can tell you this. This is one thing I'm going to find funny. As a person who's done photography for a very long time, Mia's photographer is leaps and bounds better than Gypsy's. Just in the fact I can tell that the camera for Mia's shoot cost way more than Gypsy's did. I don't know who did Gypsy's, but the camera quality is not as good as Mia's. So Mia put hers out yesterday and Gypsy put hers out today. Is that what happened? I think people are using the word Zoom like people use the word Xerox. To me, Zoom is just something you do as a video call, not actual Zoom itself. Yeah, I showed the pictures. Hold on, I'll show them again. I don't watch either of their stuff. Every now and then Gypsy will come across my FYP. If she's live, I'll watch it for like 2 minutes. This pop was not full, by the way. It was about half full. Um, yeah. All right, so 2 things, Ashley. Number 1, if they did a joint, then they should have had usually in joint shoots, they'll have one where they have them all together. Neither one of them are posting that, but number 2, I can tell you that they're not using the same camera. They're not using the same camera. There's no way they were done at the same time. That is 2 different cameras. Trust me. Whoever Gypsy got to be her photographer, used a much less professional camera than Mia's did. That's one thing I can tell a mile away is cameras. Also, I don't know how to put this exactly, but the shots that Gypsy has are not, they're not staged correctly. With the light sources and whatnot, they're not exactly staged 100% correctly. They're staged very close, but they're not staged correctly enough, and the lines are not clean enough. The camera that was used in Mia's is a much more expensive camera. Much more expensive. Honestly, to be, hold on, let me, before I open my mouth, hold on, let me see something real quick. Like this one right here, this is not done correctly. That one is not done correctly at all. It's washed out. It's not even edited. There's no editing in this photo. Part of being a photographer is editing. And there's no editing done in this photo. I can tell because the contrast is completely off. The contrast is completely off. Now, this one's better. This one has been edited. This one is sharper, cleaner, has been edited. But there's ones on here that are not sharp, that are not edited, especially that one I just showed you. Looks like somebody snapped it with their phone. So, well, I can tell you that the camera is not the same. Even if they were at the shoot together, the camera, at least from what I saw in those photos, is not the same photo. Is not the same camera. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, so if they have the photographers' names, we should be able to tell if they're the same one. Now, I didn't see the rest of Mia's photos to see, because I can tell that the eye one, those ones are edited correctly. So I'd have to see the rest of Mia's to see if it was the same thing. I only seen the one of Mia's. Um, I can tell you there is even slight differences in the two that I just seen. Hold on. Sorry, I don't know how to explain this, and you're gonna have a really hard time seeing this. This is not just because he's a person of color. The contrast in this photo, the eyes have been enhanced. The contrast itself, not just because he's a darker person and she's a lighter. Look at the contrast in the photo. There's more contrast. I don't know how to explain. If you've not done photography, you don't know what I'm talking about. There is a contrast and sharpness to this photo that this one does not have. This one does not have the same contrast and sharpness. It's not been edited the same. Mia's photos, the eyes are done much sharper. There's not nearly as, and especially with Ken and Gypsy both being fairly white, contrast should have been played up a lot more so that they were not washed out with him wearing a white shirt. It should have been right. The eye one was not, was not focused on the eyes correctly. Mia's shot was done perfect. That is how that shot should have been done. It's crisp, it's clear, the editing is good, the contrast is good, and Gypsy's is the great value version. It's the same shot. It's not shot with the same technique, but it's the same shot. You can take the same shot and not have the same quality. Mia's quality is substantially better in that photo, at least, of the editing quality. And that's one thing that photographers, because everybody calls themselves a photographer um, nowadays, is part of photography is not just taking the picture. Number one, you have to take the picture, you have to do the correct gridding, the correct lighting, the correct contrast. The there is when you take a picture, you never center. There's a grid portion you do. The lighting has to be from a certain direction. That's why they call golden hour, the hour of sunset, the hour of sunrise. You don't take photos with light sources coming from different directions. And the biggest portion of photography is not taking the picture. It is the editing process that happens afterward. When I got out of college, because I had been a photographer for 5 or so years, I've danced around in photography. I went to college to become a graphic designer. There was there was photography courses that were involved which helped hone my photography. And when I got out of college, I actually was an editor at a wedding company. So they would go shoot these weddings, and then it would be up to us to make sure that the magic happened, because there was photographers there that were good, but they weren't great. And you could tell when a wedding came to your station who happened to shoot that, because if they were a certain quality, you knew it was this guy, and if they were this quality, you knew they were this guy. And you would have to make sure that the editing, you can take the most mundane photo, but with the correct editing gear, you can make it look like it belongs in Vogue magazine. And from what I am seeing, Gypsy's photos, I hope that this was the rough template. Even then, you don't release a rough template that's not been at least partially edited. These were not edited correctly. They just weren't. The contrast value isn't high enough. The sharpness quality isn't high enough. The bokeh, there's not enough bokeh in it, for God's sake. When you are doing a person, there's supposed to be a bokeh, and you don't see that. There's no depth of field in Gypsy's photos. There's no depth of field. You guys, I don't know how to explain. If you don't know, so shit. Okay, so let me show you something. Okay, so this one has a little bit of a bokeh effect. Okay, so you focus on what's in front of you. Sorry, my webcam's being a. You focus on what's front of you, and then the back of you is kind of blurred. Okay, that's what's called a bokeh effect. And the bokeh effect. Okay, this has a good bokeh effect behind it. Okay, so you see her very in the front there. Sorry, my camera is just being stupid as hell. So you see her there very crisp and clear, and then in the back, it is somewhat bokeh. There is a bokeh effect in the back. It's not a very intense bokeh, but it is bokeh. Okay, so that would be accurate in the fact of a bokeh. Now, in the meantime, this bokeh is rushed. It's not a good bokeh. Okay. Also, there's not enough editing or contrast in this. There's not enough editing and contrast in this. This one has not been edited at all. I can tell you right now, this has not been edited at all. This one has not been edited. This one has not even been put through an editing program. It's faded. There's no sharpness contour. There's no contrast. This has not even been put through an editing program. Um, I'm not really sure why you would cut his head off, but I'm sure this was some artistic thing. I'm not really sure why you would do that, but whatever. This again, this is something taken with a phone. This isn't even a good quality. If this is a camera, this is a shitty quality camera. This was probably taken with a phone. There's no editing done with this. There is no editing done at all. There's too high a value here. It's too low value here. You would have wanted to sort out the highs and the lows, and she didn't. This one has a good bokeh effect in the back. However, she also partially bokeh Gypsy, which is weird. This one has been edited, but it's not as crisp and clear as Mia's was. Again, this one has not hit an editing bay. This is something that you would get with the phone. This is something you'd get with the phone. So either she gave her the unedited ones. I don't know. So you're saying that the same person did both of them? I would love to see the rest of Mia's then. Some of Mia's are blurry. Okay. So they just got a photographer that has not given them the proofs. Because there's a possibility that she just gave her the rough version and has not proofed to them yet. I mean, that's a possibility that they just haven't been proofed. Because it looks like some of them have been edited and some of them have not. So, I mean, that's a possibility that some have been edited and some have been not. I can tell you that there's some in there that have not been edited. All right, so Mia's has been edited. That's a weird choice, but okay, that's edited. That's been edited. That's edited in a way that it looks like her face is melting off. That was weird. That's been edited. Again, weird artistic choice, but that's every photographer has a thing that they do. This is obviously her thing, so that's just a choice. That's done correctly. No, Mia's the ones that you sent me. Mia's are they're proofed. Mia's are proofed. So if it's the same, if it is the same photographer, either one, she hasn't proofed all of them, or two, she's mixing in some candid someone took with the phone. Yeah, Mia's aren't blurry. If you're talking about there's a reason that's an effect. That's an effect. There's things that there is certain tricks that certain photographers get stuck with, and I can tell that if you're talking about the one being blurry that is right here, it's supposed to be. This one's supposed to be. It's an artistic, I wouldn't do it. It's an artistic thing. You never put something like that in a foreground technically. But that's an artistic choice and that's okay. That's something they chose to do, whatever. But Mia's have been edited. These are edited. These are done. That one is this is too contrast heavy, by the way. This one has too much contrast. You'd have to see it on your phone. This one's actually too contrasted. But no, these were done correctly. And one thing you can tell that this one knows how to use light correctly is even though there is a backlight, it is backlit correctly. And this one where she caught it perfectly, that's the way it's supposed to be. Okay, so Mia's were done by Ink and Honey. Gypsy's were done by Mother of Chaos. Gypsy should have went with Ink and Honey. That's my personal view. Mia's are substantially, at least if those are Gypsy's final products, I would ask for a refund. I'm not being mean. Those are some of those photos have not been edited. They have not even been put into an editing program. I can tell by looking at them. Those are raw files. Honestly, there's a couple of them that look like they were taken with a phone, and I'm wondering if maybe Christy or somebody that was there was snapping photos and she just put those along with it as candids. People do that where they go to a shoot and they put the sorry, they put the professionals in and then they put the candids, but usually there's such a marked difference between the edited finished project and the phone that you can tell that there is a difference, and right here it's like maybe. Um I would definitely I hope that those are not the finished product because they are not edited correctly. Easy, but one is Ink and Honey and one is Mother of Chaos. Just because they both have the same name Aaron doesn't mean they're the same person. Also, it would be weird to me if they were. Hear me out. It would be weird to me if they were the same person because the styles of photography are not the same. And photographers have a very distinct style they do. If you look at any photographer and you look at their work, they recycle the same. If you said this, you said that you do photography, you know this, that you use the same poses, you use the same effects, you use the same situations, the same lighting, and you learn to do those things, and you can tell by looking at a photo, this is or this isn't Ryan's photo. These photos are not taken the same. The light source is done correctly in one and not in the other. Mia's photographer did not post Gypsy's and tag her like she did with Mia's. Maybe it's impossible to take good pictures of horrible people. No, because there's a lot of horrible people out there that have really great photo shoots. I'm just saying that yes, Mia's are much more professional. Gypsies look like somebody like me was taking them. Okay. Well, I'm not being any kind of way. I know that I could do better photos than Gypsies. I don't think I could do as good as Mia's because I'm just gonna be real with y'all. My camera is not as good as it would be needed to come up with the quality for Mia's, but my camera is better than the camera that took Gypsies. I can tell you that. I can tell by looking at them. Because while my camera is old, it is also still to this day considered better than the models after it because it was that good when it was put out, which is why I never upgraded. Because when you compare it to the models after, it still holds its weight. All that happened there was Gypsy said, "My sister did this shot. I want this shot." That's all that happened. That's all that happened. She saw her sister had the shot done, and so she did the shot. That's all it is. But I can tell you again, not even for the fact I would be shocked if it was the same photographer because even in Gypsy's edited photos, they are not edited the same as Mia's. And I will tell you that I like you can, if you were to know me and you would know the way I edit photos, and I edit my photos the same no matter who I'm taking a photo of. So that editing is going to go across Gypsies, across me, as you're going to be able to tell because I specifically use a particular type of effect. Let me see something real quick. Hold on. I don't know which Facebook it's on. Give me 1 second. Let me try to find it. These were done 10 years ago, but it would give you an idea. Where the hell is my Facebook? All right, I think it would be on. I could be wrong. Give me 1 second. So, to give you an idea, these were done like 10 years ago, but Where's my albums? Albums. Okay, so, like well, actually, no, here, I'll just do these. So, I do heavy contrast, okay? Sorry, these don't look great on here either. But I do heavy contrast when I edit mine, a little on the head. See, I do this was my daughter's engagement photos. And I do these are done in very heavy contrast. You can tell my editing. You can God, these are so horrible on here. They look way better in person, I swear to God. They look awful on here. Um, exactly. Let's see. Like there's just ones you do for maternity that are just standard, I guess. You know, you do the whole bump thing. Like there wasn't a lot of the say normal bump photos you'd see, I guess. I don't know. But you can tell when I edit mine, um, I do it a certain way. I have a certain style that is here's a great bokeh effect, by the way. That the bokeh is a lot heavier. God damn, I wish this would look better. But there you just do bokeh. It's a in a very you have them very prominent and you have the bokeh very bokeh'd in back. Damn it. Can you actually show this photo normally, please? There we go. You see how the background is a lot more out of focus than the people in front. Um, and when I edit photos, I edit very, very contrasty. Very, very contrasty. So everybody so if I were a photographer that did both Mia's and Gypsy's, that editing is gonna go across to where you would be able to tell it was the same one though. They don't look like the same they don't look like the same person did them. They just don't. See, I always did mine extremely contrasty. I can't get it to set. Damn it. Not that contrasty. It's You know what? I should share my screen. It would be a lot better. You'd be able to see what I was talking about. But you could tell a difference. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. Hi, I'm good. How are you? So, what are you saying? So you're saying on Instagram it's saying it's the same person? Why would somebody just say that it was done by two different people then? I'm just saying it might say it's the same. Like you would like exactly. That's the problem I'm having. That's the problem I'm having. Totally different editing styles, totally different pose shots. Like what? Okay, my other question is, what if it's within the same company but different people? Like I said, when I worked for the wedding company, we had 4 or 5 photographers, and, they all had their own shooting style, their own, whatever. They do not look the same. They do not look the same. So, that would be really weird for it to be the same person. Just look, I mean, I did this for almost 20 years. And it just does not look like the same person. It's not the same editing. It's not the same style. It's not the same poses. It's not the same anything. That is weird. It's like that, or the only other option is she purposely did Gypsy shittier. I mean, let's be real. Mia's photos look 10 times more professional. I'm here, by the way. I'm trying to show you something. Hold on. Yeah, I watermark. Well, I mean, I would watermark mine if I did them. I didn't watermark my kids, but it's 10 here. Let's see, hold on a second. So when I did these, like there is a style, obviously. That one is too bright and blown out. I didn't have a choice. That was during COVID, y'all. But but there's a style that go along with, your editing. Like, let me show you like some of the higher contrasted ones. Hold on. That shoot was very bright. I did with it what I could. But like, okay, let's see. This one is hold on. There was a set I was gonna was it this one? Okay, so When I talk about, like, bokeh and stuff hold on, I'll look 1 second, hold on. When I talk about bokeh, do you see the bokeh in the background? You have them in the front, and then you have this bokeh in the back. Now that's edited that's a profile, that's an edited choice. Um, there's editing styles, and those were just done for my kid, while she was pregnant or whatever. I never did, like, crazy editing to them or anything. They were keepsakes for her while she was pregnant, essentially. But you can tell there's just different ways to do it. Hold on, let's see. Alright, hold on. So, hold on. So I'm being shown this. Hold on 1 second. Oh, okay. So I wasn't sharing the screen? My screen went dark? Lovely. Perfect. I love that. Alright, so hold on. So, mother of K okay, so hold on. I hate to break it to you, but literally, it says that Ink and Honey and Mother of Chaos are the same person. It does. I'm looking right at it. Here is Ink and Honey, Aaron Jalbert, Ink and Honey, Aaron Jalbert, right? Ink and Honey. Mother of Chaos, Aaron. Come on, really, dude. Mother of Chaos, Aaron Jalbert. It's saying it's the same person. Why you would work under two different names, why you would work in two different styles, two different that is weird. Why you would use two different things is beyond me. So, but here's the other weird thing. So, Mia used Ink and Honey, whereas Gypsy used Mother of Chaos. Um, oh shit, look right here. Look at this. Hold on. Mother of Chaos. All she did was tag what she did. I see what she did. So let me get to set. So, okay. Come on. So, there we go. Mother of Chaos on Instagram. If you look under it, it says Ink and Honey Photography. Mother of Chaos is Ink and Honey Photography. It is the same person. I would love to know why the hell Guac, look. Mother of Chaos, Aaron Jalbert, Ink and Honey Photography. That is her Instagram. And it's not different last names. Look. That's Mother of Chaos, sorry, Aaron Jalbert. And look. Aaron Jalbert, Ink and Honey. It is the same person. What she did was she tagged one tagged the business. Mia tagged the business. Gypsy tagged the Instagram person. It's the same person. How? Do not ask me because those do not look like they are done by the same person. By any stretch of the imagination, do those look like they were done by the same person? She had to given them back to her without editing them. Because gypsies are not edited correctly unless she was putting in candids with somebody's phone. She could have been putting in candids with somebody's phone, which would make sense, but I would be pissed as a photographer to make people question if that was mine or not. But I can tell you Mia's look a hell of a lot better than Gypsy's do. And that is wild. The shots are done better, the placement is done better, the lighting is done better. I want to know how many of Gypsy's that Gypsy posted are candid photos that somebody took with a phone, because I seen at least 3 that could be candids with a phone. Maybe she uses one for wedding and engagements and another for baby shoots. I don't know. Yeah, usually you would they did that to boost her business and her social media, then put both. It made it look like they used 2 different people, and considering their styles and editing, it damn sure looked like 2 different people. The only thing I can think of is that, like I said, Gypsy put in candids. That's the only thing I can think of is Gypsy put in candids, and she did not get her proofs back. She got her preview, but even then, they usually edit the previews, so that's really fucking weird. Did my camera just not? Did my like I can see me fine? Did my camera just do something weird? Hizzy says she can't see anything. I can see me perfectly fine. Okay, you can see me good. And if she didn't get her proofs back, I would definitely have not posted the non-finished product. Because I will tell you, as a person who one of the things that drives me crazy, I am considered an amateur photographer, okay? I am by no means Vogue ready, but I am damn better than most people when it comes with a camera, okay? Most people don't even know how to do a bokeh. Most people don't know f-stops, aperture, shutter speed, okay? They don't know gridding and lighting and all of that stuff. Most people that call themselves photographers nowadays use a point and shoot on auto or their iPhone. Okay. Photography from back when you used f-stops and shutter speeds and apertures, most photographers nowadays don't do that unless they actually know at least a portion of what they're doing. Could I hang and could I shoot for Vogue? No. Give me a good enough camera, maybe. But between the two, the differences is between the two, the differences is alarmingly different. The engagement photos were 10 times leaps and bounds better than the pregnancy photos. Leaps and bounds. Also, just putting out pro tip here. Usually they tell you not to wear white. Somehow Ken didn't get that memo. Because it can wash out and that's another thing that I'm saying. Like, Mia's were done so well and Gypsy's were not. And I'm not just saying that because, I'm anti-Gypsy or whatever. They are markedly different. Hold on. Well, yeah, I understand their confusion when somebody is marked as being one tag and somebody's being marked as being another tag. It does look like they're 2 different people. I understand his confusion because I was confused. Huh? Are you sure? Okay. Nothing. I just wanted to make sure. Okay. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Your headphones are right there. Cool.
For Paps, hangs on this one here.
Okay.
Behind the white shirt is the big one.
Okay.
So if you have to hook Kira to one, use the big one. Kira usually doesn't fight too much, but she's a big dog. So
the editing and the style, look, Guac, I'm with you. They don't even look like they were done with the same person, the same camera.
flannel mask is gone.
I know. I don't know how they got it. It was in my room. They don't go in my room. I don't know how they got it. They ate one of my eye masks. And it's one I can't replace, so I'm agitated. Do you think they actually paid this photographer or got it done for free for exposure? Exposure trade. Exposure trade. It's common. It's common. Before you want to say anything, it's actually common. I did a wedding once just to get my name out there. It's common. It's something that people in photography, DJing, anything in that wheelhouse, people will do it as an exposure favor. Unfortunately, that's the bad part about being in an artistic field, is that you basically a lot of the times trade your services for exposure. Well, Guac's seen him under a different last name. That's why. Well, I understand that, Chrissy, and that again, they literally decided that they were going to get a free the baby registry thing really irritates me. Now, my husband always has different views than me, so I'm going to ask him. So, as a woman who's having your first child, you're entitled to a baby registry and a baby shower, right? Are you, as a person of privilege, say, yes, this is Gypsy, but let's use any woman of privilege, Angelina Jolie. Okay. Would you not do a baby shower and a baby registry for your friends and family to have that nice baby shower? But then would Angelina Jolie post a baby registry knowing it's going to be bought out in 5 minutes?
When you're someone under the limelight, okay, not all your friends are localized.
Right. So go ahead.
In my opinion,
okay,
the reason pages like Amazon have baby registries is so that everybody has access to them. So as much as you don't like it, in a country that is built off capitalism, everybody has a right to the same thing. So because I'm so politicized, in my view, even someone like Gypsy Rose has a right to post a baby registry, regardless of if someone thinks, oh, they don't need it. Okay? Because
I knew he'd take the stance.
They have just as much rights as anybody else.
And I get that. Like I said, like for me,
and I'm trying to put that in a nice way. I don't mean to sound dickish about it.
You're not.
And it's just everybody is afforded the same rights as everybody else. You can't say and I don't care how anybody else feels politically. Okay? I can't hold Trump, say, this is an example, to the same laws afforded me if I then turn around and say, oh, but this person can't do this.
I get that, and I see what you're saying. Fine. Okay.
Serve the equal rights.
Right, which is right.
Which she has a right.
Right.
For anybody who wants to.
Right.
She's not demanding it.
Right.
She's posting it. She's saying, hey, I got this thing out there. If you want to do it, that's great. I love you if you do.
But here's my thing. So you can actually make a registry and send it to your friends and not publicize it, which is where I think it would have been fine.
We cannot tell her. She cannot do the same thing we did for Shitbag and Number 2.
Right, but Shitbag and Number 2 couldn't afford their stuff. I guess my view is this.
It doesn't. That's looking for charity. She's not looking for charity. She's looking for gifts.
Well, so I guess
You did it on the charity level, and so that's what's stuck in your head. She's looking at for people to give her gifts.
which is charity.
No, charity is what you guys put on your list. You guys put up things you needed.
Mr. Ryan is the one who purchased things off the registry. They're saying that you're a person who would have then bought for Gypsy. They're joking.
There's a right of being allowed to do it and want to actually do it, and I'm not one of those people that actually want to do it.
Right. So yeah. Okay. That's where I'm at.
I'm not giving you presents for getting your freak out.
So for your first baby shower, you definitely deserve a registry shower. I'm with you. Here's my thing. This is my view. Okay. In my world. Okay. This is what I think should have happened. She should have made a registry, privated it, and shared the links to all of the people that she wanted to share it with.
She wanted to share it with everybody so everybody would buy it.
Well, so my view is this: when you are absolutely well off and you absolutely can afford your stuff, have that special moment with your family and friends. Get a registry up, have that special moment with your family and your friends. That because I don't care who you are. Angelina Jolie is entitled to a baby shower with her friends and her family. But I just think it's tacky. I guess that's a great term to put it out knowing it's going to be so.
And being allowed to
right
are two different things.
Okay.
You're not asking me what's allowed.
Okay.
You asked me what was allowed.
Okay.
You're looking for
all right.
tacky.
All right.
If you ask me, putting up a baby shower list that's tacky.
Okay.
Putting up a baby registry alone is tacky. This is going to sound rich coming from Mr. Ryan. Because trust me, I'm not thrilled about taking money from other people. The donations you guys give, I am not ecstatic over. No, I don't want them, nor do I feel we need them that we cannot provide for ourselves over time.
But he appreciates them.
I appreciate them. Don't get me wrong. And this is what separates me from Ryan. Mr. Ryan from Mrs. Ryan. I don't believe in asking. Asking people for something is bad karma, in my opinion.
There's a lot of people who I've just randomly opened up my app and found it. Like that, just randomly. By the way, there's somebody on here I owe a huge thank you to.
I do not frown upon doing it. I frown upon asking for it. Do you get the difference?
Right. Yeah, I get it.
Being charitable to someone else is one thing. Asking to have charity provided to you is another.
Here's my thing.
Here's
my thing. In a dire fucking straight, you got to do what you got to do, in my opinion. But I do see where you're coming from. But so what you're saying is
now here's the difference, though. I grew up in a somewhat spot of privilege. I had two full-time working parents. I was well taken care of growing up. I don't know what's below that.
He doesn't know the struggle I went through.
Ryan did not grow up in the same privilege I had. Okay, I will say my parents privileged me. Okay, we didn't get everything we wanted whenever we wanted it, but I was well off growing up, and I thank my parents for that. But that's where my opinions have to come from, is from what I knew.
Now, I understand that.
Growing up.
Right. So but I guess
that's why me and Mrs. Ryan's stem apart.
So this actually makes sense. So as a person who has made more money in his life than I did growing up, his background says that, well, okay, so and this is, and I'm going to be saying the same thing, but he's going to say I'm not.
Really hoping I'm not offending anyone.
You're not. You're doing really well, babe.
But
so
that's just my stance.
Where I'm getting this is, he's going to tell me I'm wrong, but I know I'm right. Because you come from a more affluent background, you feel that just because you are more affluent, you are still entitled to the things that poor people get because it shouldn't.
I don't feel I'm entitled.
That you should be allowed to have the same things.
I feel everybody, not because of my background, not because of your background. The backgrounds have nothing to do with this opinion. I believe everybody in this world is entitled to everything everybody else is entitled to. I think this is where I don't. This isn't a belief or a political thing for me. This is my opinion.
I get that, and
it is tacky.
Okay.
To accept the privilege, the things that someone who's not as well as better off is given. You get. I believe you're entitled to it.
Right. That's where we're going. That's where we're going. That is okay. That is where. That is where we are going. Yes. Yes. So Gypsy Rose. Right. That is where we are saying. That's what we are trying to say. That's what we're trying to say. Right. That's what we're trying to say.
You're as much in right for Social Security disability as I am.
But it would be wrong for you to take it.
It would be wrong for me to take it because I'm better off. You get what I'm saying?
Right. So we're not saying that she shouldn't, that she's not entitled to have one. She shouldn't. I still think she should have a baby shower with her family and her friends.
That would not be tacky at all.
But what I think is tacky is putting out a list that you know is going to sell out in hours when you are perfectly capable of buying those items in one day. So is it acceptable to have it? Yes. Should she have one for the experience of it with her family and her friends? Yes. Should she go to her followers? And I will tell you this. Don't tell me that there is not people that did not buy off of that list that used the last of their grocery money to do it. Don't tell me that there wasn't. You know that there.
Give me your last dollar. I'll do for you.
That's what I'm saying. So you know that there's people on that list that bought her a bumbo with the last of their grocery money. That's what makes me mad. That's what upsets me. She is totally in the right to have a baby shower with her friends and her family.
Here you go. Bitch about how much shit costs, but give me your money.
You know, this whole thing, okay. And then here's the other thing. This is another thing that people were bringing up, which is extremely accurate. She was upset with her mom for exploiting her and getting free items. She exploits herself and gets free items. And now she's exploiting her child and getting free items. I don't think it's okay as a person who is on a Lifetime reality series making bank, and she's making bank, to then to expect her followers, because
that's the green room treatment,
right?
Because
that when she put that list up, she knew it was going to sell out in minutes. You knew she knew. Okay, so I've been to the showers of the wealthy, and the gifts were donated to a shelter when the shower was for the mom. That's really cool.
But
that's not happening with her though.
But that had to be approved by the guests. Because if someone buys you something, you don't instantly turn around and take it to the shelter. Someone thought enough to spend their money on you, and you're so stingy, you say, "No, I don't want it. I'm going to give it away."
Well, maybe was that told? By the way, Chatty, was that actually given? Was that told? Come donate, and we're going to give it to the to the shelters. I mean, did they at least let people know? Do you think she's even?
That's extremely shitty.
Do you think she's even aware enough to know she's doing the same thing as her mom? I don't know. Oh no, she was expecting for it to sell out. She was expecting 150,000%. She was expecting for it to sell out. 100%. Oh, I just kicked anybody who was inactive. People have showers where say in lieu of gifts, donate to a charity. Yeah, they do that too. Yeah. But that when she put that list out there, she knew it was going to sell out in hours. You knew that. She knew that. We all knew that. We all said it. We said if she gets pregnant, she's going to get a free ride for this baby. We all said it. She knew it, and she got everything she needed. We all knew that that was going to happen. You'd be surprised, Sunday. You'd be surprised. No, we don't hate anybody. That's not how we are.
No, we don't hate.
I'm not, you don't even know what I'm talking about.
Period. I strongly dislike.
Am I torn? I'm torn on whether she's unaware of what she's doing or she is a straight up narcissistic sociopath. I will tell you this. Okay, so let me give you a head sight. Let me give you an insight on this. So you guys know that I do this, and you know that I compare my child to Gypsy for obvious reasons. My daughter expected when I put that list up, she expected those gifts. She stood in that door and we got in an argument over items for her child. And she looked at, I said, "Who do you think is helping raise this baby?" Because I was talking about all the other things that I had to do. I said, "Who do you think is helping you raise this baby? Because it ain't you." She looked at me right in that doorway and said, "My followers raise this baby. My followers give me my items." And I shut that damn list down. And then she trashed all of it, which I have the videos of all the stuff stepped on, mold, all the stuff just destroyed. Looked me right in my face and said that her followers buy her baby stuff. So, yeah, I'm going to tell you.
It wasn't even her followers.
No, well, they were both of ours. We were sharing them at the time. That was when we had the account together. She's saying it's Ken's baby. Nobody's going to know. But I will tell you, as a person that has seen it, and when I tell you guys that, again, the reason I am so involved in this case is because my daughter and Gypsy are very similar. Very similar. Gypsy just went through with what my daughter wanted to do. Okay. And when I seen, you guys do not know what I saw while my daughter was pregnant. And my daughter got her son taken away permanently because of the shit she pulled with that child and endangering him and hurting him. Okay. She expected her followers. She put stuff on there. She expected it. She trashed it because she didn't have to pay for it, so she didn't care. It would not surprise me in the slightest. I know for a fact, just from what I've seen, they are so similar that she put it on there expecting and receiving exactly what she expected. We haven't been putting anybody in the store. We've barely been using the Discord, dude. We've barely even been using it. We moved we do other stuff now. Discord got weird. We can't figure out how it works. We don't even use it that often.
606,674 waiting for me on one guy.
That's a lot of sixes, babe.
I just wish they were closer together. Yeah.
Well, what will happen more than likely, if this is how it happens in Kentucky and things like that, is he will be named the father until a paternity test is done. That's how it works. Is it he'll be considered the father until the paternity tests are done. Yes, accept help, don't expect help. That is a great way to put it. Absolutely. Yeah, it's just, we barely ever use the damn thing. All the people who crashed it and everything, it was just easier just to like move to Facebook. But yeah. Discord can be kind of out there. Yeah. Yeah, I'll talk to you I'll talk to you easy. But yeah, so I mean, to me, it was just bad, bad faith, I just don't think it was okay to put it out there to all the followers. I mean, I don't care who you are, how rich you are, you still deserve that experience of a baby shower. Like, I'm not going to try to say she doesn't get that because she has money. You get to have the celebration of your child with your family and your friends. I don't care how much you make. But to have your followers sell out your list that quick is just, it's tacky. That was a great word for it. It's tacky. What if he refuses to divorce her? That's not a thing. That's not a
They
thing.
cannot force you to stay married.
They can't force you to stay married. Like, a judge will eventually, whether or not you can put up a fuss, but eventually you can't force somebody to stay married. I've never seen a star or anybody of privilege post a registry. I can't think of one.
They do it differently.
He can contest the divorce, but he's still going to get one. There's still going to be one. It'll just be a lot more drawn out. You contest it as more lawyer fees. It's drawn out. And in the end, it's still going to happen. So there's no point. Yeah, I don't know all of Louisiana's laws. I don't know anything about that. If adultery is going to come to play, if she can get in trouble for that. Some states do, some states don't. Um, I don't know. That's not a question that I could even remotely begin to answer. I really have no idea.
You have to look that up.
I'm sure somebody did or something. Yeah, Ryan's good. I can guarantee you, if Ryan is smart, he's going to demand a paternity test. And even if not, Ken will have to. Ken will have to if he wants to be put on the birth certificate. Because if he wants to be put on the birth certificate, he has to prove he's the dad because she's married. You can't just go putting anybody on a birth certificate willy-nilly in most states. In most states, if there's a contestment, not if there's not a contestment, but if there's a contestment of she's married and he's the cheat, they're going to have to prove who the father is if one of them has an issue. And one of them's going to have an issue. I will tell you right now, if Louisiana is anything like Kentucky and Michigan, he's going to be named the father, which means she can go after him for child support, knowing it's Ken's baby. I've seen this happen to men. I've seen this happen where they know it's not. And the court goes, well, nobody contested it. Fuck it. Child support. So one of them is going to contest it because Ken's going to want to be on the birth certificate if it is. And Ryan's going to be wanting way off that birth certificate. So we've all seen how she is. She's going to try to get money wherever she can. So in Oklahoma, you have to be divorced 365 days or you're considered the father. Yeah, I've seen somebody who's, you can get paid. You can have to do child support on not your kid because it wasn't contested. Most places will, when my daughter and her baby daddy, when everything went to hell in a handbasket and they were figuring everything out, the state demanded. In Kentucky, they will, if you ask for any type of aid or if there's any type of CPS issue or there's anything, they will force a DNA test. And they forced a DNA test, which obviously proved he was the baby daddy. Isn't the divorce supposed to be finalized in October and the baby due in January? They can now, and I'm not saying this is in every state, but in most states, you can get a divorce. Some will make you wait. Now, there's some that will make you wait. But even if they get a divorce, the baby was consummated during the marriage. So somebody is they're going to have to do a paternity test. They're going to have to do a paternity test. Now, if she's saying she's 11 weeks, that puts it at the end of April. She walked out that door March 25th. I was sitting right here on the phone. I was right here on the phone March 25th when she was at Mia's because He was scared of Mia, so Mia went to go get her a day early, and they were gonna go get her that Monday. And so it was like March 26th. I was sitting right here on the phone having the conversation of her leaving. She left and walked out that door March 25th or March 26th. I'd have to look in my phone. March 20, I think I got told March 25th. It happened March 26th. So if that baby was consummated at the end of April, it's going to be Ken's, unless somehow they had some little rendezvous without telling people, which can happen. Which can happen. Well, yeah, they were not married in Missouri. Well, the certificate is out of Louisiana. I've seen the certificate. The marriage license is out of Louisiana. Well, actually, no, it is in Missouri. I'm sorry. The marriage license is in Missouri. They were married in Missouri. They were talking about he was when I was on there, he was in Louisiana. I'm sorry. Yeah, they were married in Missouri, but where they reside is where the divorce matters.
Because you have to move your marriage license back to your home state.
Right, but the divorce is going to go by Louisiana laws because that's where they stay.
When you're married,
right.
When you go back home, you have to register your marriage in the state you live in.
We didn't register our marriage here.
We didn't get married out of state.
Oh.
We got married where we were living.
Oh, gotcha.
When you get, like, during that week where I did that wedding.
Yeah.
They had to
register
your license when
they
you
did.
Home.
They did.
When I married Tiffany and them,
they did. When my husband
your divorce takes place where you live.
Right.
By the laws of that
state. Yeah, so Missouri won't let them get a divorce according to Google, but they're not in Missouri. That's just where they got married. It's where you reside at the time of divorce. That's where the divorce decree lies, is where you are, and they're in Louisiana, so it's going to go by Louisiana law. And yeah, like my husband, he did a wedding here for somebody who lived in West Virginia and for somebody who had a wedding or that lived in Ohio. And when they came home, they had to register their marriage with the marriage certificate in their home state. You think she got pregnant during the jazz festival? Who knows? You got your soul stone finally. She got Miss got her soul stone. He says,
awesome.
Yours didn't matter. You divorced in Alabama and had to follow Georgia laws where you were married. That's weird. I've never heard of that. Do you think Ryan is hoping it's his baby or he's glad he's out of it? If I was Ryan, I would be on my knees thanking God it wasn't mine. He's not going to want to be tied next to that hot mess for 18 years. The episode plays out next week of her leaving Ryan. I'm going to want to watch that one, aren't I? I should probably watch this week's too. Did anybody notice her accent when she was sitting at the table? Did anybody catch that or just me? When she was talking to Christy and suddenly she had a Cajun accent. Did anybody else notice that? At first, I thought I was imagining it. And then I looked down in the comments and there was some people that said, how many voices does she have? She like adapted the Cajun accent while talking to Christy. It was weird. It was weird. Yeah. But what does that tell you, dude? That little baby voice is bullshit. I've said that a million times and I'll say it again. When we heard her be Ruby or Demona, was it Ruby? When we heard her do Ruby, she didn't even sound like Gypsy. That baby voice is bullshit. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Okay, so just to touch on that real quick. Are you serious right now? Are you serious? Are you serious? Yeah, are you serious? You have like 4 seconds before I block you. Why are you here? For what? I'll let you have a sentence before I think about blocking you. So the whole Kate and Gypsy thing is really weird to me because Kate was very adamant that her and Gypsy were not on good terms. And now I guess they did bygones be bygones, which I can't say a whole lot because me and Fancy did bygones be bygones. So I can't really judge somebody for it. Although it's very strange to me how offended Nina is by it. I think Nina's above and beyond agitated by it. Like, it doesn't affect her. It doesn't have anything to do with her. If Kate and Gypsy, for whatever reason, want to do bygones be bygones, nobody has to understand it, but the people doing it. Now, that being said, the family fucking lies and she should run like hell. I'm just going to say that as a person who's been involved. Don't believe what you get told. But I can't be mad at somebody for pulling a truce when I've pulled a truce and people don't understand why I've done it. I've done it for my own reasons that nobody else has to understand, that nobody else has to get. Um, but she says because Kate begged her to go after Gypsy for her. Well, I'm sure we'll see the text messages because that's what happens. I'm sure we'll see the text messages. And if Kate did in fact do that, then Kate sucks. If Kate did not do that and she inserted herself, as I've that's a different story. So I don't know. I don't know. None of us know until we see the text messages of Kate begging for this to happen. I can't say here nor there. Now, if this was me a month ago, I would have said, why would you do that? But considering I've called a truce with someone that I said I would never call a truce with, I can't say somebody is wrong for doing it. Sometimes calling a truce, even though you don't necessarily agree with the person, is easier because the hate that comes along with that it's hard to focus when there's this going on and you're trying to do this. So it was easier for us to just be like, all right, hey, we're not going to go after each other anymore. We're not besties, we're not buddies, we're not nothing, but we're just not gonna do this anymore. Is a lot easier than wondering what the next stupid comment's gonna be. You know what I mean? Um, Gypsy's mom must be so proud of her continuing on a roadshow. Well, probably. Probably. Um, okay, that's weird. That's weird. That is weird. People talk, so I could be wrong, but I heard it's not a truce, but they're friends, and she's friends with Bree too. That would be weird, but then again, I'm gonna say this. I've seen this happen time and time and time. I'm not even just talking with me. I am talking across the board. I have been sitting back. I have been watching that side collect people like Pokemon. This does not surprise me at all. All I can say to her is be careful. You're grown. Be careful. You've been warned. Be careful. Because in the end, nobody listens to anybody. I told Pick Me Pink Hat to run. She didn't. Now she's got charges. I told Fancy not to dick with Pink Hat Pick Me. She did. Now she's got this problem on her hands. Nobody wants to listen to me. So all I can say to this is, Kate, you're grown. You've been warned. Be careful. That's all I have to say on it. I'm not going to be offended. I'm not going to be nothing. Calling a truce is different than friends tagging her in posts and making videos. Yes, me and Gypsy. Okay, that is weird. Not going to lie. That is weird. A little bit weird. Not going to lie. That's weird. But I've seen this happen more times than I care to count throughout this whole saga. I've seen people that I never thought would be on that side, self included. Self included. So, I mean, I've watched it happen time and time again. It's going to continue to happen. That's what happens. We are nothing but Pokemon. I'm telling you. Chrissy, I don't know what to tell you. If she didn't want extra attention from it, she wouldn't have publicly said anything other than the truth was made. Yeah. I did hear apparently she had some attitude in a video. I went to find the video and I can't find it. I can't find the video. I didn't see. Did she take it down? Was it flagged? I don't know. But the video that everybody keeps talking about, I haven't seen. She left social media again. She was just. I just looked it up like 2 hours ago. Again? I'm looking it up. Hold on. It's right here in my search history, for God's sake. Yeah, she's gone. So she made nice and then left. Probably because she got heat for making nice. Realistically. I get it, when I wasn't gonna go public with the whole truce thing, but April did. And I had a girl come at me freaking out. Well, how could you do this? How could you, girl, you ain't in my shoes. Because it is easier to be like, hey, I need one more person off my back. Because it's easier. No, I just looked, it's completely gone. I'm looking at it, it's gone. There's users. Nothing. She's not here. She's not here. There is a fake video. There's a fake site that has 7 followers. Kimberly, trust me, I know that. Trust me, I know that. And I told you guys right around 4th of July, and like 3 days before 4th of July, she put up that pregnancy test. And the 9th of July, she's announcing she's pregnant. So the next big thing, let's see, hold on, let me get my I did this with my daughter's baby daddy too. He fucked up every 6 weeks. We literally wrote it on a calendar. It was every 6 weeks without fail. So, okay, so 1, 2, 3. August 12th. Look for the next big development, August 12th. Like a big development. Yeah, it's the fake one. Well, I said she pulls shit every 2 weeks, though. I think it was every 2. Okay, so let's see. Next big announcement. If we go that route, I'll give her to July 23rd. I'll give her to July 23rd. I'd actually go a few days before because she did pull that shit the 3rd. If we go the 3rd, hold on. 17th to 22nd. Next big announcement is July 17th through 22nd. They can do paternity tests before the baby is born, but they won't. They won't. It's there. You have to do an amniocentesis, and those have side effects. I cost you $40 at Domino's. My pizza was $7.99. What the hell was your problem? I actually $8.99. I got extra cheese. Or no, I got it thick. I got it thick. $17th through 22nd, y'all. 17th through 22nd. Do we think Kate was offered something to squash the beef with Gypsy? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it'd be so much as offered something as being brought into the inner circle. It's enticing and it works. It's enticing and it works. So, Gypsy Rose with the tiny head and the nose that grows sing together now. That's awful, by the way. That's awful. Um, she's wanted Gypsy's attention for a while now, and she's got it after playing everyone for fools. So I have my own views. Me and Kate kind of have a little bit of messiness between us. She came in, blamed uh Fancy for running her off the internet the first time. I thought she blamed me. I have text messages of her saying it was not me. She ran off social media again. Fancy tried blaming me. I have text messages saying she didn't blame me. She has said that Gypsy didn't say things that I've heard her say before, such as the police thing. That Gypsy steals her story. Here's my thing with Munchausen by proxy. I'm pretty sure most stories are similar. I mean, it's all boils down to the same thing. So I would say most stories would be similar. Um, but I'm not really sure why the abrupt about face, but unless we're flies on the wall, um, we're not gonna know what transpired to change her mind. I can only go off of what I've seen happen before, what I've experienced. So I can only go off of that. Yeah, Kate took off social media again after making friends with Gypsy and apparently making a really snotty video that was taken down when I looked a couple hours ago, and now the whole account is gone. It'll be back. She's usually off for about 4 days. I pay attention. I pay attention. You don't understand why it's so enticing? I don't know. Just to feel part of something, I guess. I'm not really sure. I wanted insight for, what all was going on. I just wanted the truth of things. That's all I ever wanted, was the truth of things. Gypsy Damn Rose, don't you cause no damn drama on July 19th. Don't ruin my birthday. Good night. Good night. Good night, Guac. Yeah, so that's about when I figure something's gonna happen, is around July 19th. So happy birthday to you. So I figure that's about when something's gonna happen. Kate was the one that lost her leg, yes. I keep my opinions on her and whatever, mostly just to myself. I can see a whole bunch of different sides, and because there's so many different sides that I see, I don't want to pick one. I think her leaving social media every 5 minutes when the heat gets too hot, if you have to do that, just stay off. I'm not meaning that mean. I'm not meaning that mean, but if you have to delete your account every 3 weeks because people say something mean to you, you do not have the backbone to be on social media. Because if I dismantled my account every time somebody was mean to me, I'd be online for a day and somebody would say something mean and I'd have to get off. If you have to keep completely just taking your whole account down and deactivating it in 2-week bursts, you, for your own mental health, don't be on it. And I mean that nicely. Otherwise, if you need to take a mental break, you take a mental break, but you don't let them other people see. You can't be weak on social media. You can't be weak. Good night, Audra. You have to face your battles behind closed doors, off camera. But if you keep shutting down your entire, taking down your entire account every 2 weeks because somebody says something mean, I mean, do yourself a favor for your mental health and just don't be on social media. What do you mean it was someone close to Bree? What does that mean?
New dungeon, level 99.
I thought the last one was level 100. That wasn't a level 100?
It was a level 98.
Oh, dear God. Right.
Here we go.
What do you mean? What was someone close to Bree? Someone who was friends with her mod for what do you mean? What are you trying to say? I'm confused. What was someone close to Bree that did what? That talked to her? That like what are you saying they did? That's where I'm getting confused. Well, yeah, Bree said that on numerous occasions. There's videos up of Bree saying that. I can understand calling truces. I can't understand being buddy-buddy. Do I talk to Fancy on occasion? Yes, mainly to discuss things that need to be discussed so that we don't go at each other's throats. Things we hear, etc. But do we call each other and braid each other's hair? No. So, I mean, to me, there's nothing wrong with calling truces and just getting people off your fucking back. Just you leave me alone, I'll leave you alone, walk away. There's nothing wrong with that. Um, but to get on and that's too much. Is it true that Bree and Christy keep company while Rod's at sea? Let's be friends kind of thing? Like platonically? I know they live by each other. Yeah, Chrissy, you may have possibly hit a word in the ban filter. I'm not sure. Um, but how it was explained to me, which I mean, things could have changed since then. Um, when I was around, Bree was solely with Gypsy, and her and Christy didn't. How it was to me, anyways, is they weren't like super good friends. It looks like now they are, I guess. So I don't know if that changed or if it just wasn't being given to me accurately. I can't say for sure because I don't know to what extent I was played. Which is her episode out? The one from this week, is it out yet? Or is that out? I thought it was out on Mondays. Is it out on Mondays? Was it out yesterday? Or how does that work? I don't know. When does episode 6 come out? Is there anything in there it's out? Is there anything in there? Do I need to watch it? The last one was interesting for me because, and my other video never even went up. The one about Ken, that one never even made it up on TikTok. I had to put it on YouTube. They tried to make it like Ken was some white knight who let her be free. That's not how it was explained to me. It was explained to me that he was guilted. That Dr. Phil guilted him. I don't even know that one, but that's what it, that the interviewers and whatnot guilted him into walking away. How chivalrous. He kind of said that in 6. Well, it's on my damn YouTube from before yesterday. It's on my damn YouTube, damn it. Before everybody says I just sucked that one out of the show, that was on my YouTube from last week. Just FYI, I know that one's on my YouTube. And I put that one up last week. So before anybody wants to say that I always come in behind, I come in behind because I don't out shit first. I wait to see what goes out and then put in what the hell I think because of what I seen from before. I don't put shit out. I just react to when it comes out. It was the weekend she stayed at her dad's without Ryan. Okay. I remember that. That she went on a shrimp boat, right? He took her out. He took her out on a boat shrimping. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, crabbing, whatever. Yeah. Hold on. Shit. Hold on. The one thing that I think is cool is I can literally timestamp whatever episodes these are, which is pretty fun. Uh if it was hold on. I can't remember if it was said to me in text or phone. Let me see something real quick. Yeah, it was all about Ryan and her leaving. A lot of text messages.
Died already on the first boss.
Nice.
Made it about halfway through.
Yeah, it might have been on a phone call. What day is that? You know, what's weird is. Oh, that's weird. That's weird. I just caught her in a lie. As I'm scrolling through my text messages, I just caught her in a fucking lie. That was cool. Screenshot that. The women could have came before Ryan though. Yeah. Have they got to where she had to delete her social media yet? Has she had to delete her social media yet? Because I just got this text happen. That was March 14th. March 14th, she had to delete her TikTok account. Her PO contacted her. That was March 14th. All right. Well, that happened. That's when that happened. No, I just found her. I just found a fucking lie in there. And I wouldn't even have known if somebody hadn't posted a fucking video. So kudos to you. No, this was I have the text messages that Gypsy sent to Christy when the PO thing happened. Christy sent me what Gypsy gave her. Why are you still here? So they didn't make a big deal out of it on the show? That's weird. You would have figured they would have made a big deal about how she had to get off social media because of a PO officer. That's odd. So then the boat trip happened after the 14th then. Yeah, here's the text message of Gypsy right here saying I had to delete my TikTok. I
didn't even get hit. What the fuck? I've died 4 times now.
Oh my goodness.
The first boss.
Well, let's just see, because if that, okay, did she talk about a family emergency in the show? Has she had the family emergency in the show? There was a family emergency. All right, well, okay, so this is a little bit separate. It says it was over a month ago. Okay, that's a possibility then. Maybe she didn't lie. She hasn't talked about a family emergency. Okay. There was a family emergency that happened March 16th, supposedly. So I'm seeing if that makes it into the show. Because you'd think it would, but who knows?
What the fuck?
Now you know how I feel when I'm in there.
Move through the first phase.
That's how there's times where I am nowhere near and I get hit. Nowhere near.
I didn't even see where I got hit the first time, and then I got hit a second time.
So the next one is the week of March 25th then. Is he building dungeons? No, he's in a dungeon. He's playing our game. Okay, that was probably March 26th then, because I got told about it on March 25th and they were going the next day, I think March 26th. Hold on. Hold on.
Oh, I got poison. Yay.
Okay, wait a minute. It wasn't March 25th. Hold on.
I'm about to have to walk away, and I'm only on the first boss.
Okay, so March 23rd. I'm going to Lafayette tomorrow, and Gypsy and I will spend the night at Mia's. On Monday, we will go get her things while he is at work. She has a doctor's appointment, so it will be a long day. So Saturday was the 23rd when she said she was going to Lafayette the next day, and then they were going that. I knew it had to do with Monday. That Monday, which would have been the 25th, they're gonna go get her things while he is at work, and she has a doctor's appointment. The pics at the hospital when Ryan was saying she was pregnant was the 14th. I have that in text too. Because she messaged me and said, if anybody asks, she's not pregnant. They were at the urgent care because Ryan has pneumonia. And then that Friday, Ken was in town. She tried telling me it wasn't until Sunday. I have those text messages too. Because I put out the video saying it was Friday because I had people telling me that they saw him on Friday. She called me and tried telling me it was Sunday that he showed up on Easter. I said, he's been there since Good Friday. No, it was since Easter. I had people that messaging me, friends of the family that were messaging me on that Friday, telling me he was in town Friday. She tried telling me it was Sunday. But yeah. So it was the 25th that she went to go get him. To go get her. So I gotta find. So we're gonna try to do it where no one is suspicious. They brought a film crew. It'll be hard to do, but some of the film crew will be with us, so it will look like they are taking equipment out of the apartment. Yeah, she left Ryan on Monday and Ken was in town Friday. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, they're skipping around a little bit. Yeah. Because the urgent care thing, if I remember correctly, I'd have to scroll up. I think it was literally, hold on. To show you how many I have to go through. It was I think it was sorry, not February 14th. It was March 20 or February 23rd. Hold on. I remember because I did a video on it. Hold on. Because I was agitated. Okay. February 23rd, 7:02 p.m. If anyone asks you these questions, no, Gypsy isn't pregnant. Ryan has pneumonia. That's why they were at urgent care today. So that was February 23rd. That was February 23rd. No, Amy, the doctor's appointment on the 25th wouldn't have been for a pregnancy test because that would have been even a month earlier because she's saying she got pregnant at the end of April and this was March 25th. Went to the doctor for fertility treatments. What? They won't do fertility treatments for you at that age until you haven't had a baby for 6 months to a year. Trust me, I know. I had to try to be pregnant for a year before they would help me with fertility treatments at 24. And it's 6 months if you're over 30. I think it's 6 months before they'll treat you with fertility treatments. She left March 25th. I just said that. I have the text message right here. It's March 25th. Ryan was okay. No. So I've already said this. Not that I owe you a goddamn thing, but I've already put up a video about this. There was that I was told about a video of him doing that stuff at the end of February, right at the last episode where she was with the video and he was getting rude with her. She told me on a March 2nd phone call that I'm going to assume it was that night because she said that she was saying that Ryan was just like her mother and he trapped her in a bathroom. That was at the end of February because I got told that at the beginning of March. Then I got heard about another bathroom incident that led to March 25th. I got told on March 23rd that she was leaving him March 25th. Yeah, they're forgetting that apparently they told me all this shit because I have it all in text message.
Daddy did it, little man.
It says, because I ain't playing these fucking games. I kept my mouth shut like a good little dumbass. March 23rd, 9:28 p.m. Just want to keep you in the loop. I'm going to Lafayette tomorrow. Gyps and I will spend the night at Mia's. On Monday, we will go get her things while he is at work. Who's Felicia? So she left on Monday the 25th. Let's see. On the 24th at 11:59, I will call you when I'm on my way to Lafayette. The 25th, we will be filming all day. Just don't talk about anything Gypsy related or anything about us. Bitch loves bathrooms. No, that was one of the first, like I said, that's why I was so agitated about episode 5. That's why I was so agitated about episode number 5. Babe! That's why I was agitated about number 5. I will babe you.
Don't babe me, I'll babe you right back, babe.
I don't know about that. All I know is episode 5, that particular confrontation where he goes, "Why are you filming on your phone?" I got told that in the March 2nd, March 3rd phone call, I'd have to go back and look in my call log, which I'm not going to do because I accidentally call people when I do that. I have photos of it somewhere in here. That I was told that me and somebody else were told, you can do your own deductions of who else was told. Let him fucking say I'm lying, whatever. That there was a video, I did not see it, but there was a video of her and him fighting. She was saying he was just like her mother, just like in episode 5. And that would have fallen in line perfectly because I got told that at the end of March. She said she did the whole Ryan pneumonia thing on the 23rd. She did the whole morning after pill right after that, I'm assuming. They had the argument at the end of February. I got told about it at the beginning of March. That was the bathroom fight. And now suddenly there was a second bathroom fight, which caused her to leave, apparently. There was 2 bathroom fights. That's all I can tell you. There was 2 bathroom fights, supposedly. Because the first one was at the end of fucking February. Because I remember I was sitting in a fucking dollar parking lot. 2 people, that I'm not going to name their names, were upset because Christy was talking to me and not them while she was giving this phone call to me, telling me all about this goddamn video. I was sitting right in the damn dollar store parking lot. I can see the day perfectly because it was a really weird conversation. That was at the beginning of March. I'd have to look at the exact call log. Yeah. I accidentally asked Amy, as what Amy was in here a little bit ago. I did it to her. Accidentally called. Christy's still in my phone. I leave people's phone numbers in my phone just in case. And if I go back and look at a call log, I'm going to accidentally call her because I can't figure out how to do call logs. But I did go back and screenshot them all once because the bulldog was saying I was lying. So they're in my phone. The whole call log is in my phone, but it's somewhere and I'm not going digging for it. But I can tell you is at the beginning of March that I got told about the damn bathroom fight. And it coincides perfectly with episode 5 because she was saying, "You're acting just like my mother." That's exactly what they said. What she said happened in that phone call around March 2nd, March 3rd. So that bathroom fight already had happened by episode 5. So apparently there was a second bathroom fight that ended up with March 25th. She was supposed to go to Mia's. She was supposed to go to Mia's and ended up going there a day early, if I remember correctly. She was supposed to go to Mia's. And she went there a day early. And Mia went to go get her because Ryan is scared of Mia. So she knew she could go get her and there wouldn't be an issue. And she stayed there a day early. I'm at the part Ryan is asking for a video and she won't, and she thinks someone is there. Then why won't he video call her? Yeah. Yeah, Amy's here.
Sorry, but if I ask you for a fucking video, I better get a goddamn video.
Oh yeah, if you called me and said, "Hey, like, who's around? Show me a video."
I would expect the same thing.
Right,
100%. Ask me for a video, I'd give you a fucking video. I'd be like, "Bitch, stuck down." See?
Let me tell you a story. My husband calls me. This has not happened in a long time. My husband calls me about a week ago. I'm sleeping. He calls me. He goes, "Just so you know, I just sent you screenshots." I said, "What happened?" He goes, some person randomly messaged me.
I still have that on my phone in case you ever need to see it.
He's like, some girl randomly messaged me. And I think
bitch down in Miami gave some bitch my phone number trying to fucking duck out of shit.
And it was a legit like accident.
She was so nice about it too. I sent her a picture of me, and she's like, "Oh yeah, you ain't who I was talking to."
Like this girl reaches out to him, and before he even anything, he sends me a screenshot. He's like, "Before you think anything, somebody is messaging me, and I don't know who it is. So here's the text messages." And so he goes back and forth with her. He's like, "I'm not who you're looking for, whatever." And like, it was a total accident. And he was like, "I just wanted you to know just in case." And so then
some bitches try and pull something online.
I'm not going to go into it any further, but then something else happened that day. And there was a weird phone call that happened. That was the same day. No, me with what happened that we don't. Yeah, it was the same day. And we were wondering if it was that same phone number, and it wasn't. But yeah, so like,
I said, yeah, show me that phone number. I'll check it.
Right. So I don't know. That's just what that's what she told me. She said that she went to Mia. She was supposed to go to Mia's like Saturday or something, and she ended up going a day early because they got in the fight. They got in the big bathroom fight, and she was supposed to go to Mia's the next night. She went a day early, and Mia went to go get her because Ryan won't fuck with Mia, and that he stayed in the house to avoid everything. When Gypsy went out to see Mia, Mia went there a day early. Then I was getting talked to on the 23rd that they were getting ready to go down to Lafayette, and then they were going to go get her on the 25th. That's just what I got told. Nothing ever makes sense. Look, you can believe me or not believe me. I can only tell you what the fuck I get told here and here. And I ain't got no recalls for that. I can only tell you, like, look, this is what I'm telling you. This is why I'm trying to tell you a little bit of shit ahead of time, just in case it does come out that I'm like, you know what I mean? I don't know. It didn't make sense. I was sitting right here when he's like, yeah, he's scared of Mia. He won't mess with Mia. And I was like, his wife has murdered people. Like, what? But I was like, all right, whatever, whatever.
You might get your head be shot. Yeah.
Well, with everybody that always tries to cause issues, my husband thought that one of my trolls on here was trying to set him up. So he messages me like in a freaking panic and he sends it to me. Then he wakes me up and is like, I just sent you messages. And I'm like, you all right? It's like, yeah. I'm like, all right. It was on Messenger. Hold on.
No, was it? Yeah, I sent
It was on
screenshots
Messenger. You sent me the screenshots on Messenger. It could have been, let's see. Whoa, maybe not. Yeah, it must not have been on Messenger because I'm all the way back
I
to.
texted them to you.
Did you text it to me?
Yeah.
Nope, it's right here. June 8th at 5:35. Don't you remember that we met in Miami 3 months ago? Never been to Miami. You got the wrong number. Excuse me, this isn't Luna's phone number? No. And shows a picture. It's right here. It was June 8th. He sent it to me. There's the picture where he sent the picture. And I was like, I trust you, dude. Like,
No, I was giving you a heads up just in case it was one of those bitches online.
yeah.
So I know you trust me.
Yeah, like I'm like seriously, like I have no problem. Watch. Give me your phone.
Hold on, I'm in the middle of a boss fight. You can have it in a second.
We don't keep secrets. Like I have freely always talked about like my ex in front of him, whatever. We don't keep secrets. So like I literally like he's not playing with his phone right now. I could literally get his phone right now and go through every single text message. Well, he hides stuff. No, he don't. He ain't smart. He can't lie to me. He can't. He is physically incapable. He giggles like a bitch.
Dude, I crumbled so hard.
He giggles like when he even starts to lie over something stupid. I'll be like, "Look at me." No. Look at me. No, why? Look at me. He can't do it.
Look at you.
Huh?
Why do you need me to look
Yeah,
at you?
that's the reason. Why do you need me to look at you? Look at me. No,
I don't want to look at you.
I don't want to.
You ugly.
And I'll be like, look at me. And he'll just look at me. And he can't. He's like he's like a little kid. He can't do it. Not even over the stupidest shit. He can't. He just can't.
Let's see. Are you lying? Are you? Look at me. Look at me. I'm not free.
Yeah, so I'm not worried. Like we don't keep secrets. We just don't. Oh, that's not what you can't be married. You can't be married for 25 years and have secrets.
Because eventually it always comes back to
Exactly.
yes.
Like, dude, I will tell you the last time that I reached out to my ex, I called my husband. I said, by the way, just so you know, I reached out to my ex. I said, he'd been on my mind recently and I just wanted to see how he was doing. I wanted to congratulate him on his music videos. He goes, why are you telling me? I was like, so you know, so it doesn't look like I'm sneaking around.
I don't care.
I was like, so it doesn't look like I'm sneaking around. He's like, I don't care because he knows.
By the way, here, catch.
Because he knows.
Oh, you okay?
Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that? I'm gonna be lucky if he didn't break my nose.
Don't throw it back over.
I'm not going to.
You good?
It hit me right here really hard.
Caught it like this and it bounced off your chest.
It hit me right here really hard.
I lightly tossed that shit.
No, it smoked my nose, dude. I heard a crunch.
Like you haven't broken my nose before.
Oh, I broke his nose, what, twice?
Just horse playing.
Horse playing. Nothing crazy. Here's his password. Here's his text messages. Wife. Who's Tiffany?
Open it up.
There's no Tiffany.
Oh, I was going to say. because it could have been someone I work with.
No, I mean, like, I can do whatever I want, like, whatever. There's no point in, because if you hide stuff, it's just gonna bite you in the ass later. Just gonna bite you in the ass later. So I've always been extremely whatever.
You okay over there?
Yeah. I mean, it knocked me.
Knocked in the nose, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, one time, he was messing around with me.
Your eyes, doesn't it?
One time he was messing around or whatever, and he was standing behind me and he was bugging me, and I bapped my head up, and I think I broke his nose that time.
No, that's what Scott did.
I did it too. And then there was another time we were playing around or whatever, and I just bam got his nose again.
I stopped counting how many times my nose has been busted.
Yeah. So like that would never be a worry for me. If my husband was like, if for whatever reason, if somebody messaged him and was like, hey, Ryan's at so and so, Ryan's got somebody at your house right now. Number one, he wouldn't believe it, but he would be like, all right, he'd call me.
Like, oh, she's got a friend over.
He would, if he wanted to, which he wouldn't, he'd call me and say, video call me right now, walk the house. And I'd do it. Because if I had anybody there, I would have already told him, because I tell him.
I don't believe that shit.
Right. Right. Like there was one time, so the live that I had some troll in here, and they were like, oh yeah, well, I know he's with a girl right now. I was all right, cool. Watch this. Boop, 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 boop. Video call. And he's at work. You can see him in the truck. He shows the whole area. I'm like, yeah, he's with what now? Come on. You still talk with your first love. We've both been married and at times living far apart. We are different people, but the bond is strong. What was cool was when I reached out to him, we hadn't talked. He reached out to me in 2018 before I moved. Apparently, he'd been keeping tabs. He knew that I had adopted. He knew that I was moving. I didn't even know he knew that stuff. He reached out to me and he wanted to meet up before we left. I was not in a I am one of those people, like, if I didn't trust myself, not that I don't love my husband, not that I would have ran off with him, but I didn't want to be in the mind fuck. So I was like, I'm not going. My husband's like, go. Yeah, it would have just taken me to a dark spot. And so my husband's like, go. And I'm like, no. He's like, just go. He's like, you're fine. I'm like, I'm not going. So I didn't go. So I hadn't talked to him since 2018. Well, he'd been in a couple music videos, and I reached out to him and I said, hey, I just saw you were in another music video, good job, good deal. How you been? He sent me a 10-minute long summary and voice message.
Hey, long-time boyfriend, if you are watching this, you leave yours, I'll leave mine. We'll boy it up like Brokeback.
Anyway, so I told my husband, I said, by the way, just so you know, I reached out to him. He goes, okay, cool. How's he been? And I'm like, he's doing good. It's like, there's no point. Why lie? Why lie? To me, there's just no point. I've always been just a really upfront person. Trust me, there's been times in our marriage where I've told him things that most men would leave their wives for. I never cheated on him. Don't think nothing like that.
Well,
but
like when we were dating, that one chick was coming up from down south. You're like, mind if we break up for the week so I can experience this? I was like, no. If you're gonna leave me for that, you ain't coming back.
Yeah, I had a really 17 to 21 was a messy time for me. Mentally, it was a really messy time. I just was all over the place, and I pulled some shit. I would leave and come back and leave and come back, and he always knew everything I was doing.
With if she had that feeling, she'd always leave.
If I
just at that point, I'd had enough of it off and on.
Yeah, I was never a person who wanted to cheat, so I would just be like, I was young, I was stupid, I was manic, and I'd just be like, I gotta go.
She'd always leave a boyfriend before
I gotta go.
Going to that kind of a spot.
Yeah, I would never. I never cheated or anything. That's not something I would do. I was just like, hey, I'm feeling some kind of way. I don't want to do this to you. I'm gonna leave.
What the fuck is that?
That's just the type of person I was.
That's not a boss. That's not a boss. The fuck is this? Tortoise with armor.
I thought you was gonna say tortoise with arms.
No, this tortoise has got futuristic armor all over him. It's one of those tortoises from like Gridania, but it's got futuristic armor and it's got futuristic glowy boots. Oh shit. Oh shit, run.
God, it's either too weak or too strong. I can't Goldilocks this shit. Now it's too weak again. Good night, Karen. So yeah, I've never felt the need to lie. I've always been extremely. That's why it irritates the shit when people are like, she lies. Fuck, I do. What? Because I say the wrong word here or there? I call the mailbox a microwave. Like
They
if you,
tried pulling that on the White House press secretary.
just because you use a different word or a different sentiment, or God forbid you put the wrong day before the other one. Yeah, I'm not gonna always get everything right, but that doesn't mean I'm lying, for Christ's sake. There's no reason for me to lie about anything. What am I gonna gain from it? What am I gonna gain? There's nothing to gain. And everything that I've told you guys has come out. Everything has come out. Everything that I've said about whatever. So help me now. So help me. Like I'm gonna watch this week's episode and see if there's any. I don't think there's gonna be anything that's gonna be like different. But next week, bet your ass I'm watching that episode. Bet your ass. I should probably watch the end of this one too. So yeah.
Know the chest? Okay.
Is he up there with you still or no?
Yeah, he's right here.
Oh.
He's been on my lap this entire time.
And he's been perfectly fine, has he not?
He's shaking, but
he always shakes. He's a chihuahua. When he jumped down from my arms, he went over there and he went, and that was it. That was the only time I've heard him do anything all day, the entire day.
Ambrose the Undeparted.
All right. Well, you guys are getting really quiet. My first boyfriend ever and I still talk. He tells me his daughter with his another lady is me all over again. He tells his wife all the time, so we call her Little Ashley. Gypsy hangs the phone up with a conversation with Ryan and legit says, see, that's why it's better without him around some. Okay, to be fair, I have said that about my husband. Like, sometimes it's just better he's not around.
Sometimes I wish she'd just go back to bed.
We go through that a lot. Both of us wake up cranky sometimes. And we'll just look at the other one and be like, why are you such a bitch? Go back to bed. How many episodes are there? I don't know. I don't know how many episodes are. Right now, this is episode 6. Because last week, the one I had an issue with was episode 5. Because that's what I'm telling you, that's when that bathroom fight fucking started. I am telling you that's what it was. Everything that I got told in that conversation happened at the end of episode 5. And then I got told about it March 2nd. So I'm telling you that first bathroom fight was that night that she was trying to film him. And she said that she got it on her phone after the freaking cruise left. So don't tell me that wasn't from fucking episode 5. And they didn't show that fight. After trying to show what a bad guy is, they didn't show that fight. Why?
How did I get that wrong in the NPC?
I want to know why they didn't show that fight, because I've been perfect. Set him up to see what a horrible, raging lunatic he is. Where's the fight? I want to know where the fight is. And I asked for the video. I said, can I see it? And she'd always send me everything, but she didn't send me that video. I asked for it, but I didn't get it. And I can tell you right now, I can tell you there is somebody. I'm not going to bring up her name. I'm not going to drag her into it, but there is somebody that I know for a fact was also told about that fight. I know for a fact was told about that fight. And so help me God, if they say they weren't, I will know what a fucking liar they are. Because they told me about it, and then Christy told me about it. So I know that there's another person that knows when that fight happened. But I'm not going to bring her up. I'm not going to put her on the spot and fucking let her lie about it, dude. Fucking let her lie about it. Yeah, the fight in the kid. That's what I'm talking about. Not from. I haven't seen this episode. But last episode, that's what I'm talking about. The one with the kitchen. That's what I'm talking about. That's when that fight happened. I'm telling you. Yeah, there is no action. Now, to be fair, Kimberly, we don't know what happened after that. Now, maybe it did blow up. Maybe he did lose his mind. Maybe there was some, but that was the tamest fight I've ever seen. I don't even have that good a conversation with my husband when we are in a good mood. He was like, "Yes, I'm mad at you. Yes, I'm upset with you." Like, my husband does not know how to speak to me in a normal tone of voice ever. The man does not know how to ever be civil about shit.
I'm loud about everything.
Everything. So if he was mad, y'all, if that was me and him, y'all would have called the police. Straight up. Like, our fights are loud. They're not nice. Like, he was so docile. I can't imagine it blowing up where he's raging and she's scared. I can't imagine. I'm sorry, I can't. But, shoe on the other foot, devil's advocate. My mom's first husband had everybody fooled. Nobody believed this guy was who he was, and he would come home and chain my mom to a bed, like legit for realsies. Would chain her to a fucking bed and not let her leave. And only when my Uncle Ray came back and said, "You touch her again, I'm going to touch you 6 feet under." And he left her alone and she divorced him. My husband, he can play so nice to people that they would never, ever think who he is behind closed doors.
I've actually surprised a lot of people with that.
He puts on such a good guy show that they would never assume that he is the absolute raging bull that he is.
Says anything, I am not proud of it, nor am I acting like I'm.
No, he's not. He's mentally ill, and I seek
therapy for it. I take meds for it.
But I'm one of those people.
Honest to God, anger issues.
Ashley can tell you. Ashley can tell you. I'm not going to abandon somebody who's mentally ill. Part of this is his mental illness. Most of it.
Nor do I get violent.
No.
I get loud. I look scary. That's because I'm big and intimidating.
You break shit.
I break shit. Okay. Am I breaking shit over your head?
No. Exactly. He breaks shit. That's all.
I break shit. Okay. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Yeah. So, I mean, I can't see it getting to that point. He was so civil. I can't imagine him raging. But again, nobody ever thought my mom was legit either. And she was. It must be a Michigan thing. We're crazy in Michigan. The crew had left.
We have good people to the north of us. We got to show them up and show them what USA stands for.
They had left. If you could tell, she was actually filming that on her phone. She was actually filming that on her phone, which was wild because he was not doing anything crazy. I don't know what she was hoping to get on that video, but he was calm. He was calm. Hold on. Who sent me the link? Was it Miss? Somebody sent me the link to watching it on. Here it is. I don't know if it's going to let me. Hold on. Shit. We're going to tappy our way through for a second. 8 episodes? That's wild because they were always filming, it feels like. Yeah, this is going to take too long. I'm not going to do that. I was going to show him how calm. I mean, if my husband could talk to me that calm, we wouldn't argue.
Fuck you. That's all I heard is you're a bitch.
You are. You are a bitch.
No, I was talking about you.
Uh-huh.
I'm a bitch.
Yeah, so apparently episode 6 is out. So somebody just sent me a link to 5. I'm gonna have to get the link to 6. I want to watch it just to see. I don't think there's gonna be anything I can like insight or anything. I want to see the end of it, but I want to see next week's episode. I really do. Did she say the bathroom scene was gonna be on the show? No. She never told me that. So I don't know. I couldn't tell you. They're probably most shows are either 8 or 10 episodes. So probably 10 episodes. Usually things are 10. This episode asks her if she sent the video to Mia. See? That's the video I'm talking about. That's the fucking video I am talking about. I don't know. I know she sent it to Christy. I don't know who else she sent it to. I can't tell you that because I have no idea. I just know that Christy had it. That's the video I'm talking about. Whatever video they're talking about, that's gonna be the video that I'm talking about. Well, I need you to send me a link to episode 6. So they do talk about a video. Because you guys can go back and watch my fucking thing on episode 5 where I said there was a fucking video. I'm gonna have to put up another video now. Say, look, reference my other video. I told you there was a video, and he's talking about, did you send the video? Bree said that they're gonna put the We'll see. Maybe they will. I'm not going to say whether they will or they won't. I don't know. I want to see it. I want to see what is so scary that she ran for her life and 5 days later fell on the dick of her fiance. I want to know what was so bad that 5 days later you went out from under him to under him. I want to know. Now I got to watch episode 6. And I will stitch it with my fucking video. I told y'all that there was the bathroom video, the one that's supposed to be, that's what they told me, that she locked herself in the bathroom during that argument. That's the fucking video. So if they were talking about, did you send the video? That's the video. They talk more about it in episode 6. Go back and watch my video. Go watch my video. I talk about the fact that there's a fucking video and what happens in it. Kayla, supposedly it ended up in the bathroom, is how it was told to me. Is it ended up with her locking herself in the bathroom because she said that he acted just like her mother and he got scary after that. He literally said whatever and walked out the door. That's what they showed us. And in this episode, he asks, well, she sent it to Christy because Christy had it because she told me about it and somebody else. She told 2 of us that I know of. Now I got to watch episode 6. No, Gypsy sent it to Christy. Mia had to rush over and get her the second time, the end of March. I don't know if that happened that time, but it happened at the end of March. I have all the text messages for that. It happened at the end of March. That one was at the end of March. Now that part where they had told me about she went to Mia's early, like you guys will be able to see this. But she supposedly she was supposed to go to Mia's this day, went a day early, and then they went up to get her. She was supposed to go this day and she went a day early, is how it was explained to me. And she went a day early and Mia went to go get her because he was scared of Mia, which made no sense to me. But apparently she went to Mia's a day early. It did, Sam. It did. And as a person who has videotaped a person who's out of control, um, I, it's hard for me to see that because what she did was very Johnny Depp, Amber Heard. What she did was very Johnny Depp, Amber Heard. Like she was setting him up and video recording it. Like she was pulling an Amber Heard for real. Like for real, for real. I don't know. All I know is Ryan was there at least that Friday. They tried telling me it was that Sunday. It was fucking Friday. It was fucking Friday. The social media in episode 7 is about the parole officer. Okay. So episode 7, so she got kicked off social media. I can give you the exact date. I can give you the exact date that happened because I have the what Gypsy sent to Kirsty. Brie has it. She's in the phone call. So basically, they're doing about 2-week blocks from what I'm kind of gathering. They're doing like a week or two at a time. That was that one. Okay, so it was that was March 14th at 9:50 p.m. This is the screenshot that Gypsy sent to Kirsty. I was on your live. She sent this to me, somebody else, and Brie. That was at March 14th. There was the PO didn't tell her to get off social media. That's a crack of shit. I guess there was some whatever, but she got on it pretty fucking quick, so whatever. All right, be right back. All right. All right. I got to get off here in like 10 minutes. So, um, if Yoda moves suddenly, I'm leaving the house. I'm out of here. Not happening. No, thank you. That is exactly what it was. She knew she was leaving. She was trying to set him up for anything. She was trying to set him up, piss him off, get him in a video that was going to make him look like a raging asshole to give her a reason to leave. What's wild to me, though, is I never knew a goddamn thing about any of this stuff going on with Ken. For real. I didn't know anything about it. Not one damn thing. I was wondering where you were, Miss Ma'am. You're getting a bath tomorrow. You're getting a bath tomorrow, Miss Ma'ams. You're sweaty. Yeah, she's under there. She's good. No. You don't leave your husband and 5 days later your ex-fiance flies in and you get tattoos together. That's a little rushed. That's a little rushed. We're doing dog baths tomorrow. She needed one. We were supposed to give her one tonight, but since we're doing everybody's tomorrow, we're gonna do hers tomorrow too. So, all right. I've been out here entirely too long. I got stuff I got to do, and I will see y'all lovelies tomorrow. I'm probably gonna do a live tomorrow for members only, to help motivate me while I go through my damn drawers like I was supposed to today. And I couldn't pull myself out of bed to do it. So at some point tomorrow, there'll be a members live of like 3 of you that can emotionally support me while I go through all these clothes to give to the shelter. I need motivation. So happy birthday, Ashley. It's still your birthday for one more minute. So happy birthday to Ashley for one more minute. So cheer me on one drawer at a time. Yeah, if anybody wants to come hang out with me, that would be amazing. I need help. I don't want to do this. Getting rid of clothes is really hard for me as a poor person. We never gave away clothes. We never got rid of clothes. We wore them and wore them and wore them until you couldn't wear them anymore. So, yeah. So, uh, I will see you guys tomorrow. I appreciate everybody for showing up. Have a good night.